how to tie your belt on your first day of BJJ. You know, there's a lot of tutorials online, right, telling you how to do it. I'm gonna make it as simple as possible, give you the rundown on the beginner version, right? There's a super basic one, there's a more intermediate, and there's a more advanced one. The worst, I wouldn't say it's the worst thing, but walking into class and having your belt look completely off, right, tends to embarrass, you know, the student. It's nothing to really be embarrassed about, but it's definitely funny when it's just completely wrong. What kind of knot is that? What is that? Do it again. What are you, wrapping a gift? Again. No. No. What in the hell? Before we get started, I'm gonna have to switch out the black belt because, yeah, good luck trying to see what I'm doing. There's no way. So I'm gonna have my fiance pass me a purple belt. That way you guys know what's going on. Quick tip before we get started, whichever way you tie your belt, the lapel, right, so the lapels, there's two lapels, will always sit left over right. And in case you forget, the actual lapel that's supposed to be in the front will actually have a brand on it. It'll be the gi brand, it doesn't matter which one it is. So if that's sitting in the front, then you know you have it right. Basic version. Grab the center of your belt, so find the middle of the belt, left over right, place it on your belly button, or wherever you feel comfortable on your waist, pass it behind, and you should be left with two tails in front that are even. Make sure to be even. Take one over the other, doesn't matter which one goes over or not, but make sure the one that goes over passes underneath both of the loops. So when you loop it around twice, you pass it under both. Now once again, you know, make it nice and snug, make sure it's even. At this point, one more step, just take the top tail over the bottom tail. You see that right there? Feed your hand through. Once again, make sure it's nice and snug. See if the actual tail is lined up with the rest. Right? Now, if, however, you took the bottom over the top. Look what that looks like. Look at this, right? That's what happens when you take the bottom over the top. Remember, top over bottom. How beautiful. Intermediate version. Now it's pretty much the same as the first one, or rather it ends the same with the same knot as you see, right? It just starts different. It just looks cleaner, looks nicer. So if you actually look behind, you see how the belt sort of crosses over, right? It doesn't really look that pretty. So the intermediate version just sort of makes it look a lot neater, looks nicer, more presentable. So to start this off, you actually are not going to start in the middle of the belt. You actually start all the way at the end. So just pick one side. Place it on the center of your back, right on the middle. Now, keeping your hand on it, loop the belt twice. So that was once, twice. Take the top, place it underneath, so loop it under, the same as the first one. Now, you're probably wondering, you know, where the hell's the second tail? Where'd it go? You know, where is it? It's actually just hidden away. If you can see, I don't know if the camera can see, but we have 1, 2, 3 loops, right? So 3 loops on it. The one closest to you, if you actually just push it down, you see that? It pops right out. So now, again, make it nice and snug. Top over bottom, reach through, Again, lining up with the rest of my belt. Now watch, if I turn over, you see how neat it is? Look how nice and presentable, very clean. Advanced version. Now whether you start with the basic or the intermediate, it's the knot that's going to be different. So the way we end it is going to change. But whichever one you pick, you're going to end up with two tails, top and bottom tail. Take the top tail, weave it in between the first and the second loop. So we weave it through. So you should have a little hoop here. Now take the bottom tail, weave that as well through the first loop. So you see how I'm pushing it through? Now, I get that one in between the first and the second loop. Now, slowly start pulling it together. You get this kind of knot here. It's a very nice flat knot. It's very convenient because when you're rolling and you're sparring, it just doesn't get undone as often. It stays nice and secure. Hopefully that helped you guys out. I try to clean it up a little bit, make it simple, easy to understand. One thing I want to end off with though, actually, is a small tip. A lot of people actually ask this question, is which side does the black bar sit? And just so you guys know, if you're curious about what this is where you get rewarded stripes. So you get 4 stripes before the next belt promotion. So this is where they place them. Now, which side does it sit? It always will sit on the left side of your body. That's where it's going to sit, always on the left side. Now how do you make sure you get that? Because whichever one you pick, it can get confusing. So if I want it to sit on the left side, I'm going to start with the black bar on the right side. And that's it. If you start on the right side, whichever one you do, it's going to end up on the left. Just trust me on it. If you want it on the left, you start with it on the right.